Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Super Robot Wars J. And there isn't anything we need to do in regards to secrets this time. One thing I did realize is that I mentioned was it Tekkaman last episode, and the thing I mentioned there doesn't happen until this episode. So, that's gonna happen during this series. I know that much since I record, in advance. Well, since I do post commentary, I'm usually way ahead before I actually commentate over these episodes. And sometimes I don't remember where exactly an episode takes place, I guess. But yeah, now we're close to Earth, so we managed to escape Mars pretty easily. Well, I say pretty easily, but we lost Guy, and that's unfortunate. That noise kind of scared me a little bit, but when you hear like those computer noises like that, that's because it's just Windows making a notification randomly whenever it wants, and unfortunately, the way I record the audio, it's gonna record whatever noises Windows make. So that doesn't happen all the time, but it's gonna occasionally happen. Oh, so we're getting attacked. Who is it? Goji says something interesting there. So what that means, any of the what's that series called? Brain powered. Any of the brain powered enemy units and the Mazinger enemy units can actually get into space. So we won't be facing any of them in space. Say we're getting attacked by some unknowns. Now, what they are, they're just aliens, pretty much, and they're kind of nasty in the fact that if they hit you, they lower your movement. So, if they hit you enough times, you won't be able to move at all. I think that's happened to me once. Not in this playthrough, but in previous playthroughs. On this playthrough so far, anyway. Oh, Akito, I'm sure that's not true. But Akito's gonna continue being sad for a bit. Fortunately, there isn't that much facial expressions. Usually everybody only has one single image for an expression. So it's kind of hard to tell whether they're being sad, happy, or, all that jazz. And if for some reason you have the ability to, no, never mind. But yeah, you can move your units around during the little screen I was on. I didn't I don't think there was a need for me to really do that, so I didn't. But you can do that if you want to. So yeah, these are the aliens. Oh. They're not on screen right now, but the aliens, they're pretty freaky looking, and they're from the Tekken Man series. So maybe somebody will come during this stage. Who knows? This stage isn't anything difficult at all, really. It's still the beginning of the game. And, well, there's not much to say about the aliens. The only thing you really need to watch out for is their, you know, overall attacks, because they slow you down. Well, they slow down your movement. But other than that, they're not that big of an issue. They're about as tough as, you know, most Mook units. And I don't think we don't encounter a Radam. Oh, great, I spoiled their name already, but yeah, these are called the Radam. We don't learn that for a bit, but that's what they're called. I was trying not to spoil that, but, oh well. Oh well, it spoils their name right there, so it doesn't even matter. Alright, so yeah, those are the Radam. And as you can tell, they're pretty, look at their little pincers there. Looks like they want to eat everything. Now, I don't exactly remember what their entire deal is. I vaguely do. And from what I remember, it's pretty cool. Or pretty interesting, I should say. Now, one of the major things that, one of the major reasons why I've been recording this game recently is mainly because I'm actually having a lot of fun replaying through this game, a lot more than I thought I would have originally, because it's coming to a point where I have to commentate over these, or else I'm going to run out of space on my extra hard drive where I keep these recordings. So I have to commentate over them and, you know, get videos ready so I can get rid of them. I can get them off my extra hard drive so I can record more. But hey, it's another guy in Mace Valus. He's a bit like Guy in Super Robot Wars BX. Instead of Akito and Guy having combination attacks, it's Akito and this guy. I don't believe he has any combination attacks with anybody in this game. So the translation for this game came out in 2008, I believe. And while just looking through some like Super Robot Wars videos on YouTube, I found videos from 2006 and 2007. And that's just right around where YouTube was really getting popular. Because I think YouTube started in 2004. But it wasn't until like 2005 and 2006 where it really started getting up, picking up some steam. I think it was fairly popular in 2004, but you know, it wasn't as big as a giant nowadays. It wasn't as big as it was today, and I feel weird saying that. I'm getting old, guys. I don't like saying things that happened 10 years ago. Because even now, when I see something, when I see the release date of something, and it's like 2008 or something, like, oh, that wasn't too long ago, but you know, it turns out it's 80 years ago. Like, oh, great, 8 years ago. That's a very long time. Time really, just goes by really fast when you get older. Goes by much faster when you get older, I think. At least to me it does. And it kind of baffles me to think that there are kids out there that like were born in the middle of the 2000s or even like in 2008 could just be watching this video right now. And that kind of just like, I don't know. It's just me realizing I'm getting older, I suppose. What's going on outside? Some weird noises. Probably some trucks or something. Cars. And the thing is, going back to this game, I don't recall having as much fun as I'm having right now. So I do recommend that you give this game a shot. It won't cost you anything since the only way you can play it in English is downloading the Japanese ROM and patching it. I think you can buy a reproduction cart with the translation on like online somewhere, but I wouldn't really recommend buying that. I mean, unless you really want a physical copy, but because I wouldn't recommend buying that because the creators of this patch probably had no hand in making that, and I'm fairly certain that they wouldn't. They wanted this, you know, patch to be free, so I wouldn't recommend buying a cartridge with the patch attached unless you really want that, a physical copy. But I mean, if you really wanted a physical copy, then just, I don't know, buy the Japanese copy. If you really wanted to have a physical copy, I don't know. I don't really too. Okay, you know, I can't speak English, so you know, it'd help. I'd be able to commentate better if I actually spoke English, you know. You know, I recall showing this game to my friends way back in a few years ago, like 3 or 4 years ago, and they were pretty surprised on the animation quality of this game, considering it was on the Game Boy Advance of all things. And how they were able to pull off such fluid animation is that each sprite is sort of a collection of sprites for the most part. So like the head, the body, and the arms and legs are they're different sprites animating differently. Kind of like how Paper Mario does it with the different models making up one model, if you know what I'm talking about, different polygons making up the one model. And I think that's how they're able to get these sprites to move very fluidly. And hey, it's a blade. Oh god. Just got a headache all of a sudden. But yeah, with that Tekka Man over there, yeah, it's Tekka Man. We can't really do anything with him right now. He's a neutral unit, but you can't actually, like, unless you moved your units all the way over here, I'm pretty sure he's gonna die regardless, and I don't think you get anything for allowing him to survive for the whole stage. Maybe some extra dialogue, different dialogue, but that would be the extent of it. It doesn't really matter that much. So don't worry about him, you know, dying. He'll be fine. You'll just pick him up after the stage is done. One thing I have been noticing though is the warships are a lot more useful than I originally thought they were. Because as I said before, in many of these games I don't tend to use the warships. But so far in my playthrough, they've been pretty useful. I don't know why. Like I said, I guess I was just an idiot and didn't want to use them. I use the we don't have this warship yet. But the next warship we're getting, I actually use a lot. I attached it with a module that allows it to move after attacking, which gets rid of that. The one downside to that most battleships have is that they can't really use their strong attacks and then move. Did I mention that those things are controlled by the ability stats? I don't recall. I think I did. Yeah, I did. So if you want those things to be happen more often, then you're gonna want to increase the pilot's ability stat. I know there's a roamer. You're pretty much just gonna want to increase its ability stat because it has an ability where it'll randomly dodge an attack. So you just raise its ability stat and it has like a, you know, another way to evade. Although one of my worst problems in this game is this, I've been like warning you guys about it, is deciding whether or not this unit can take a certain hit. Because the only units I've lost so far were the SPT units, and those were from attacks from enemy warships, where I just said, I have a decent enough chance to dodge, might as well attack them, and they just get shot down immediately. So I suppose me predicting how much damage a unit can take is, I can't really do that. I do an okay job most of the time, but sometimes I'm just rushing a bit, and I don't think, and then I lose a unit. As I said, it's not the end of the world if you lose a unit, but it's a bit, I don't know, annoying, I guess, because you lose some money that you otherwise would have been able to use to upgrade your units. The only one thing I dislike when I'm commentating over these games is that when a stage doesn't do anything too interesting, because there's not much for me to commentate about in regards to the stage. Oh yeah, Toya's attacks that you see a C with like that, you can attack multiple units with that, and I believe with certain, those are considered combo attacks, and with modules you can increase the amount of combos you can do. And so you can hit more units with that attack. So if Toya's if the Grand T's attack is upgraded a lot, this can kill multiple units in one shot. Just like that. And many units have those kind of attacks, but I believe they need a combo module for them to really make use of it. So something to keep in mind. And I believe that you need a combo module to increase that. Because I know in a later map, I did the same thing with the Grand Teed and he was able to hit 3. But it does less damage overall, but it does do damage to multiple units. It's different from a map attack, where it doesn't discriminate, I guess. Yeah, because a map attack doesn't discriminate. It doesn't discriminate. Wait, no, wait. Jesus Christ. It doesn't matter whether or not you're getting attacked by, whether or not an ally or a foe is in the way, it'll hurt both of them. In some Super Robot Wars games, Super Robot Taisen games, there are some map attacks that will only hurt enemies, but those are very rare. So unless you know your allies can dodge, probably not a good idea to use a map attack sometimes. Keep stuttering over my words. I'm not sure why. It doesn't happen to me too often when I'm speaking normally. Only when I'm really commentating. I suppose it's a bit of stage fright. I don't feel afraid, but I suppose it's a little bit of a psychological thing. It's the only thing that I can imagine that would be causing it. Or maybe it's like I said, I'm just not used to talking for long periods of time, so I just end up stuttering over my words when I attempt to speak. Because I don't have a stuttering problem. At least I don't think I do. Another thing I wanted to mention is that in regards to secrets, I will only be discussing secrets that I'm going to go. There are more secrets that I'm not discussing unless I find it unless I see that it's interesting to talk about. I won't be discussing most secrets. Like I already talked about the Zeromer secret and how the Great Zeromer secret and how I'm not going for that. But yeah, as secrets come up, I'll talk about them. And I won't be discussing secrets that I'm not going for. If you go to the Akuratsu, I think it's what it's called, wiki, that contains information on almost every single Super Robot Wars game and how to get secrets in them. Yeah, if it doesn't have a flowchart, it at least has the secrets, usually. So you would go. So if you're planning on going through different routes than I am, or we want to see the different secrets, then you would go to that. You would go to that page, or that wiki. Although one thing I do want to mention is that when on time of the Gale secret a few episodes back, I was discussing how you can kind of get two secrets with that, and I'm not entirely sure about that now that I think about it, because you can only get one of the secrets, but I'm not entirely sure what happens if you meet the requirements for both. You can only get the Gale secret by doing what I did, right? And there's, I think, one more requirement that we need to do later, and there's another secret that you can still do the requirements for, but I'm not sure what happens there. What I thought would happen is that I don't want to spoil anything, but how do I say this? I thought, yeah, the other secret regards another character, and I thought the character would sort of just, I guess, be alive, but just not be a part of your team. But it turns out that they may just die anyway, even though you get the requirements. Because I've never done it before where I've gotten both secrets at once, or, you know, complete the requirements for both secrets. So we'll see what happens. But otherwise, if you complete the requirements for both secrets, you'll only get the secret. You only get the Gale secret. And what the Gale secret is, well, we'll find out eventually. So I'm sure most of you can guess what it is, but I won't be saying what it is. Oh, looks like we've been gone for 8 months. Almost been 9 months. Okay, so yeah, it took us a month to get to Mars, pretty much, and then. So yeah, we were in a bad situation there because for at least a month if we didn't escape for in the tulip, we would have been they could have been, you know, following us for a month. Me making that weird like bleh sound is me just isn't because of the stuttering. It's me doing that on purpose to show you that I messed up. So in case you're wondering about that, that's what happens when I make that that weird sound. It's like, I don't know what it's like, but I guess it's me trying to reset my my sentence. I don't know. So yeah, there's still a lot of problems in the Earth sphere. This world is pretty screwed if you considered everything, because they're in a war, the Federation, the plant, and there's the Reclaimers, there was the Jovian Lizards, the Gradosians, and then there's the Radam. And I guess now we can count those guys that were that we saw at the very beginning, in the first episode. That didn't that just sort of teleported away. And there's probably still more threats that I'm not thinking. Oh yeah, there's more that I'm not thinking about yet. That we haven't come across yet. That doesn't mean yet. Okay. I was trying to respond to something somebody said, but I messed up. Who are we at war with now? Oh yeah, we're now allied with the Federation. Okay, so our plan now is to head to Heliolopis. Not sure how to pronounce that. Drop everybody that was hired by Nurgle off, and then send us back to Earth. Alright. So Toya doesn't see the coordinators as bad. He just sees them as humans. For those of you that don't know, coordinators are humans that have been genetically modified to sort of be perfect. That's essentially what they are. So like their genes are, you know, the top percentage. It's essentially the gist of it. So, in general, the coordinators are much better at doing anything than normal people. And they're called naturals here. Heliopolis? Seems that's what it's called. Heliopolis. What happened to my voice there? It was weird, like, I guess, crack? I don't know. Have a nice day. Oh, vacation. Never heard that expression before. Let's make sure to paint the town red. wonder if it's like a Japanese thing. I don't know. So apparently everybody wants to go shopping. Kind of weird though, the game would kind of spoil the name of those aliens right from the get-go. You think if their name would just be question mark for until you actually found out their names, or they'd just be known as space aliens, but I guess they don't want to go through the trouble of programming that, so they just, you know, they're damn beasts. Hey, that guy looks like Char. Is his name Crusette? Looks like they plan on doing something to Heliopolis. Heliopolis? Oh well, it must be nothing. But anyway, that'll be the end for this episode. Hope to see you guys again next time, whenever that is. Bye.